Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Jimmy. I'm here with the Xt2 today. I'm actually filming on the Xt2. As you guys know, I'm not a video guy, but I like to improve my skills along with you. So if you guys don't mind, I'll be experimenting with ways to record sound, which is on the Rode Smart Lab. And on video, I'm using the Xt2 with 18 to 55mm lens. Today we'll be talking about some major differences when it comes to the Xt2 and the Xt1. I think this is a very fascinating topic because I love details and I've used the Xt1 for years. So if you're looking to upgrade, this video will help you see if the differences are worth it to you, which I think they are. And this is just the outside. On the inside, there's so many changes software-wise that I think you'll definitely be pleasantly surprised with this camera. So the Xt2 has the same knob layout for the most part, especially on top of the camera. So there's no big shock there. The ISO, the shutter speed is here, and the exposure knob is here. The ISO and the shutter speed knobs, they're about a little thicker, about 1.5 times thicker in my opinion, or 1.25 times thicker. And the exposure knob is not thickened up at all. I think it's the same size as on the Xt1. The other thing I want to mention is the knobs have these locks on them, and the Xt1 is you had to press it and move at the same time. I think some people got a little frustrated with that and they didn't like that you had to hold it down as you moved it. So Fuji said, okay, we'll just make them locks where you can press in and out. Buttons are very nice, they move very easily, and if you're for people who like to keep things very fluid on the go, you have that option now, which is very cool. The exposure knob here has a C. Now you can actually move it like this, like you usually do to brighten or lower the exposure a few stops, or you can go to the C, which allows you to control it fluidly with the command dial on the back. That's very nice. You can actually see in the display your exposure go up and down if you leave it on the C. The next thing I want to mention is on the Xt1, there wasn't a thread available, so if you wanted to attach a soft shutter release button like I have, you'd have to use some sort of adhesive, which is no big deal. They worked really well. But for the Xt2, there is a thread available, so you can just kind of screw something in there. You can buy them cheaply from lalumina.com or on Amazon, which is what I did in this case. And they work just fine. And if you're wondering what these do, you can do some research, but simply put, they allow your finger to grab on something and supposedly helps your focus. I don't know if that's true. Definitely experiment with that. The function button here, the FN that you see, actually used to say Wi-Fi on the Xt1. I think at that point, there wasn't an Xt1 at that point, obviously, so when it came out, Wi-Fi was a big deal. Now it just says FN. You can assign that to be Wi-Fi if you want. Other than that, it was always a function button. The function button on the front is still there. The command button on the front is now a button as well. I think a lot of DSLRs have that function, so now the Fujifilm has that as well on the Xt2. There is a button layout difference. The Q is now moved up a little bit, and the joystick here, which is called a focus stick, allows you to adjust the focusing point a little easier with this. So it's very cool. I think that's a very nice change that they've made. Certainly wasn't necessary, but I do like it. The directional buttons here, if you guys haven't noticed, are now bigger and allow you to touch and be more tactile with the buttons. Some people thought that was a really cool addition, and I do too. The screen here articulates in very much the same way as before. If you want to do it this way or this way, you're more than welcome to. But the other cool thing now is that you can actually push these buttons here on the side and it articulates out. How cool is that? And this is for shooting portraits like so, or you can shoot it like this if you want to look up and over a crowd of people, for example. Very nice. Okay, so let's talk about the side door here. On the left side, there is a mic jack. We can plug in a mic, and it seems to be a little bigger than it was on the Xt1. The Xt1 had a micro jack, and you had to get a separate adapter for it, which I didn't quite understand. I did end up getting it, never even really used it. I did experiment with it though. When it comes to the USB, there's a USB 3.0 port here. You can also put it in a micro USB cable in there to charge the Xt2. Very cool, right? And there is a mini HDMI port there. I think if you want to hook it up to your TV or something like that. And there's also a remote port at the very bottom. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let's go to the other side. This is the dual card slot. The dual card slot has a really cool door on it, and it springs open. This was different from the Xt1 and a huge improvement. When I was taking pictures of the Xt1, oftentimes my hand would be here and would slip the door open a lot. It didn't really bother me, you just kind of close it shut, but this is a big improvement, I think, especially for the money we're paying. I think we deserve changes like this. So you kind of close it shut and it locks in place and springs open. The other major difference is, of course, the dual card slot. Do you really need this? That's a whole nother discussion, but it's cool to have, and as long as you have it, it might as well have a door to hide behind that's very secure. The battery door also swings open like this. I don't believe the Xt1 did this. I think I remember that, and it actually closes shut like this instead of a button to slide forward. I believe the Xe2 is very similar in that regard, but the Xt2 has a really nice battery door. The other big difference is the eye cup. As I mentioned in other videos, the eye cup on the Xt2 is better than the Xt1, but you can always get an upgrade for the eye cup. I got the extended eye cup, which is what you're seeing here. It's a little deeper and a little more extended than the Xt2, what it usually comes with. But the Xt2, the one that comes with, is quite nice. Just letting you guys know that there is a difference there as well. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. More videos are coming out. I'm just systematically making them in a way where I can learn more about the camera and take you guys on this journey with me. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.